BREN is a series of assault rifles, namely the CZ-805 BREN, CZ-807 and BREN 2, created by Esksbrahovka Brod in 2006 to replace the SAVZ-58 in the Czech Army. The CZ-805 BREN is used by the Czech military, Indonesian special forces and Mexican police. In 2014, Slovak Army began to replace its VZ-58 rifles with CZ-805. In November 2016, the Czech Army received its first batch of BREN 2 next-generation assault rifles. In 2017, French GIGN received 68 BREN 2 assault rifles chambered in 7.62 x 39 mm and is expected to order more, in order to replace most of its Heckler & Koch HK416. The BREN 2 in 7.62 x 39 mm was also issued to Egyptian Airborne Forces and Republican Guard in 2017 and 2018 respectively. History. Czechoslovakia had the distinction of being the only Warsaw Pact member whose army did not issue a rifle based on the Soviet AK-47/AKM. They developed the SAVZ-58 in the late 1950s, and although it fired the same 7.62 x 39 mm cartridge and externally looked similar, its operating system and features were dramatically different. It was effective at the time it was introduced, but by the next decade became obsolete and hard to modify. In 1977, the Brno General Machine Building Plant's R&D Center began a program to create a new rifle under the name Lada S. A design was approved in 1984 that fired the smaller 5.45 x 39 mm cartridge and could fill 3 rolls, a sub-carbine with a 185 mm, 7.3 in, barrel, a rifle with a 382 mm, 15.0 in, barrel, and a light support weapon with a 577 mm, 22.7 in, barrel. They followed the variant family of AK-74 rifles and mostly took after their designs except for differences in the receiver cover, sights, and safety selector. The weapons were built by late 1985, tested starting in 1986, and was approved for production in November 1989. Shortly after that time, however, the Cold War was ending and Czechoslovakia's Communist Party had stepped down following the Velvet Revolution. 300,000 Lada systems were planned, but by the time it was declared fit for production in February 1990, the army had no funds. The country itself was splitting apart, and on January 1, 1993 it separated into the Czech Republic and Slovakia, ending 74 years of the country of Czechoslovakia. The Lada was not likely to be bought in large numbers by the smaller army. By then Esksbrahovka Brod, which had taken over the design, had become privatized, and the company shelved the weapon for several years. In the late 1990s, the Lada project was restarted with the prospect of the Czech Republic becoming a full member of NATO. It had been converted to fire .223 Remington ammunition shortly before it was shelved, mainly because the program did not involve producing 5.45 x 39 mm ammunition and Cellier and Bellet was already producing .223 cartridges. The restarted rifle program remembered the rifle to NATO standard 5.56 x 45 mm ammunition, but retained a magazine well that accepted AK-74 type magazines. Converting it to accept Stanag magazines would have required the receiver to be redesigned and to have cost too much. The Army of the Czech Republic was interested in acquiring a new rifle but did not award any contracts. The Lada was then offered for export under the name CZ-2000. Project 805. For the domestic Army replacement rifle program development, the Lada was redesignated Project 805. The Army still did not wish to buy a new rifle for the entire military, but Special Forces did receive Bushmaster M4A3 carbines. With the prospect that the Army would rearm gradually rather than on a large scale, CZUB drew up entirely new specifications in late 2005. Project 805 became the CZXX, and then the CZS805. Two types of guns were drawn up, A models chambered for intermediate rounds including 5.56 x 45 mm NATO, 7.62 x 39 mm, and 6.8 mm Remington SPC, and B models chambered for rifle rounds like 7.62 x 51 mm NATO and even .300 Winchester Magnum. All had 3 barrel lengths to act as a rifle, close quarters carbine, and designated marksman rifle/LSW. A CZ-S805 was presented to the Army Chief of Staff in November 2006, but still was not ordered. CZUB then presented the weapon publicly and spent 3 years showing it at exhibitions. It wasn't until November 2009 that the Czech Army finally released a tender for a new infantry rifle. The company reduced its modularity for the competition and submitted a 5.56 mm rifle, A1, and 5.56 mm carbine, A2, as well as similarly configured 7.62 Soviet chambered guns. This was eventually reduced to just the 5.56 mm system. When the tender was released, 27 weapons were submitted, but were reduced to just the CZ-805 and FNSCARL. The CZ-805 won narrowly from emphasis on a domestic design, and the result was made public on February 1, 2010. FN Herstal did not contest the decision, and the CZ-805 was officially ordered on March 18, 2010. 6,687 CZ-805 BREN A1 assault rifles, 1,250 CZ-805 BREN A2 carbines, and 397 CZ-805 G1 proprietary grenade launchers. Every one was equipped with MIOPTA ZD.Red sights and iron sights. For Special Forces, 1,386 enhanced optical suites consisting of MIOPTA's DV Mag 3 Daylight 3x Magnifier, NV3 Magnite 3x Magnifier, and a DBALA2, and /PEQ-15A, laser target designator were also ordered. In May 2010, the Army requested changes to the design before it could be operational, including the change from a folding and telescoping stock to just a folding one, a pin-stabilized magazine well, a pistol grip with changeable backstraps, and the change from a 7-lug bolt to a 6-lug bolt. The first delivery of the CZ-805 occurred on July 19, 2011 with 505 guns and 20 grenade launchers. The initial order was to be completed in 2013. Project 806. In October 2015, CZ announced that it had introduced an improved, lighter variant of its 805 BREN rifle called the 806 BREN 2 with significantly improved ergonomics and functionality. It incorporates a number of amendments requested by the soldiers in the field, including a reduction in weight of 0.5 kilograms, 1.1 pounds, a redesigned cocking mechanism, a simpler cleaning routine, and a new lightweight folding and adjustable foot. In January 2016, the Czech Army confirmed that they had signed contracts with CZ for 2,600 CZ-806 BREN 2 rifles and 800 CZ-805 G1 underbarrel grenade launchers. The decision about the purchase had been taken in late October 2015 under an urgent requirement procedure because of new security threat and the migration crisis within Europe and Egypt. Design. The CZ-805 BREN utilizes a well-proven locked breech principle with rotating breech block, and its automatic function is driven by combustion gases tapped from the barrel with option of 2-stage regulation of piston mechanism. The weapon is gas-operated and features a rotating bolt and a manual gas regulator. The CZ-805 BREN assault rifle is fitted with folding iron sights, but also includes an integral Picatinny rail on top of the receiver and is capable of accepting a wide variety of additional sighting equipment, red dot or telescope day sights, night sights, lasers, etc. The weapon is equipped with side-folding buttstock, which is adjustable for length of pull, and can be completely removed if maximum compactness is required. Additional equipment also includes a new, specially designed 40 mm underbarrel grenade launcher and a bayonet. The fire control unit includes ambidextrous safety/fire selector switch, which permits semi-automatic, 2-round bursts and full automatic fire. Charging handle can also be installed on either side of the weapon, depending on user preferences. The CZ805 BREN has two barrel lengths. A 360 mm, 14.2 inch, barrel length for the standard assault rifle variant, the CZ805 BREN A1, and a 277 mm, 10.9 inch, barrel for the carbine variant, the CZ805 BREN A2. The barrel is chrome-lined to ensure a very high accuracy and durability. The rifle features a magazine housing which is a separate detachable unit, which can be replaced easily to allow the use of Stanag or HKG 365.56 x 45 mm NATO magazines. It is also capable of housing a 5.56 x 45 mm NATO 100 round Beta C mag. In standard configuration, the CZ805 BREN uses a 5.56 x 45 mm NATO proprietary 30 round magazine made of transparent polymer which is made by CZ. Variants: CZ805 BREN A1. The CZ805 BREN A1 is the standard assault rifle configuration chambered in 5.56 x 45 mm NATO cartridge with a barrel length of 360 mm, 14.2 inch. CZ805 BREN A2. The CZ805 BREN A2 is the carbine configuration chambered in 5.56 x 45 mm NATO cartridge with a barrel length of 277 mm, 10.9 inch. Derivatives: CZ BREN 2. The CZ BREN 2 is a modular assault rifle from the production of CZ service weapons. Its design has been based on the experience of the most demanding users from among the special units and armed forces who demand the best, regardless of the area of operations. The CZ BREN 2 is a multi-caliber rifle available in either 5.56 x 45 mm NATO and 7.62 x 39 mm calibers. It has multiple barrel lengths, ranging from 207 mm, 8 inch, 280 mm, 11 inch, and 357 mm, 14 inch. A fire mode selector is fully ambidextrous, as well as other controls of this rifle. It has a simplified trigger system with 3 positions for safe, semi-auto, and full auto. The 2-round burst firing mode of the CZ805 BREN was abandoned. The rifle's design is based on proven tapping the combustion gases from the barrel with the option of a 3-stage regulation of the piston mechanism. The rifle has extreme reliability and durability under all conditions. It's capable of high accuracy and service life. Basic disassembly and assembly for routine maintenance can be carried out without the need for any tools. The rifle has a low weight and compact dimensions for fast and comfortable handling. The materials that are used to build the rifle are non-combustible and have increased fire resistance, as well as being resistant to impacts and mechanical damage. CZ807. The CZ807 assault rifle chambered in 7.62 x 39 mm cartridge. It is a standard individual weapon characterized by outstanding reliability, durability, and accuracy. It is also one of the lightest weapons in its category with excellent ergonomics. Due to its simplicity, the weapon is ready to use in active duty for a long time without the need for more complex maintenance. Users: Czech Republic, currently being introduced as the standard issue rifle for all parts of the armed forces and for selected units of law enforcement. Egypt has announced that it purchased an unspecified number of CZ805 BREN A1. The CZ BREN 2 in 7.62 x 39 mm was issued to Egyptian Airborne Forces and Republican Guard in 2017 and 2018 respectively. France, 68 CZ BREN 2 chambered in 7.62 x 39 mm ordered for the GIGN. Indonesia, used by Indonesian Navy Frogmen, Kopaska, and Indonesian Army, Kostrad Tapir. Mexico, used by Federal Police since 2014. Slovakia, 688 pieces bought by the Slovak Army in November 2014, along with the same number of CZ-75 pistols.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.